Didn't take long. Governor Andy Beshear's new mask mandate for schools is already being challenged by the state attorney general, Daniel Cameron. And that question will now be up to a court. Local 12's Christian Hauser shows us why some child care workers don't think the mandate should include all kids.
Kathy Donelan says things have been pretty much back to normal at her child care center.
It's been great. It's been perfect. The teachers are all excited and the kids were very excited to get back to normal. So it felt like, a couple years ago.
Donelan says she understands the need for masks as cases go up, but she thinks asking kids as young as 2 and 3 to wear them just doesn't make sense.
They're very sensory oriented at too, so they want to taste things. They want to put everything in their mouth still, even though we try. So, they'll pull down their mask and they'll put it in their mouth anyway. So I don't know how it's stopping spread of germs. I think it may be promoting germs, in my opinion.
Donelan says her facility is at a 5-to-1 student-teacher ratio, but other facilities have twice as many children per teacher.
I cannot see a center that is keeping the 1-to-10 ratio, being able to do their job and be able to keep the children masked. I just think it's not going to work. It's unrealistic.
She says it's only the youngest children. Kids 4 and up don't seem to have any issues keeping their masks on.
They're really good about it. They're reminded a couple times, but they wear them. They're great at it. But under 4 is another story.
Unless the Attorney General is successful at getting an injunction to stop the mandate, the order will last for at least 30 days. And if the number of new cases doesn't improve, Governor Beshear says that he will consider extending it until the situation gets better. In Highland Heights, Christian Hauser, Local 12 News.
And like we just told you, Attorney General Daniel Cameron is now asking the state Supreme Court to invalidate that mandate. As soon as the court announces a ruling, we will, of course, let you know.
We've certainly heard a lot that many organizations and people hesitant are waiting for full FDA approval of the vaccines before choosing to require them or even step up to get them. But as we get closer to what may be that date, there are other concerns now being raised about that approval. Many of those protesting vaccine mandates outside this Kentucky hospital say they want choice and more time. The switch from emergency use authorization to full FDA approval, according to healthcare policy advisors, isn't necessarily going to provide either of those two things. Here's why.
The real reason for this is likely to give legal justification for a mandate. The sad truth is there is legal precedent for mandating FDA-approved vaccines, and that's occurred in school children before. So this is actually probably a justification for a mandate.
Those enrolled in vaccine trials are followed long-term, most for at least 2 years, and especially for children and young adults, FDA approval isn't likely to give parents new confidence. A new Kaiser Family Foundation poll finds 20% of American parents with children eligible for COVID-19 vaccines say they won't vaccinate them. Another 23% of parents say they may get their kids vaccinated later, but not now. 88% of parents of unvaccinated kids say not enough is known about the shot's long-term effects. This in spite of the fact that the number of vaccines given may support the FDA granting full approval.
This is a safe, effective vaccine. It's been proven over and over again. We've probably not a vaccine that we've had that's more widely studied and frankly been as effective as this has.
If the process of approval in any way seems rushed, however, to those hesitating and doesn't follow long-term protocols traditionally followed by the FDA, it's not likely to turn those not confident in the vaccine safety around. This kind of controversy, why the best person to talk to about a choice to get the vaccine or not is the person who knows your personal health history. I'm medical reporter Liz Bonus. Now back to you.
The Sheriff's Office is on the lookout for at least 4 people connected to a recent string of break-ins.
As our Courtney Wheaton found out, one family had 2 brand new SUVs swiped from them in the middle of the night.
The detective was actually had just picked up the video.
Corinne Jackson showing me pictures of the suspects police believe stole her and her husband's brand new Toyota Highlanders from their driveway and garage overnight on Monday.
When I opened the door, our garage light was on and the door was open, and my car and his car were both gone.
Their cars are part of a recent rash of break-ins in Batavia Township over the last month and a half. The Clermont County Sheriff's Office is investigating 8 reports right now.
They're stealing money, loose change, laptop computer was stolen. In a neighborhood less than a mile away, they stole a handgun out of the vehicle.
A detective tells me a Ring doorbell helped with tracking the suspects.
One of the vehicles that these suspects were in that evening, it was captured fleeing the neighborhood.
Here's surveillance video of those suspects at the Quarryville Kroger, where Jackson says they bought more than $200 worth of stuff.
I got to get all my cards replaced. We have to put a freeze on my credit.
Police say the suspects took the Highlanders on a joyride. One of the SUVs was in pursuit with Cincinnati police before officers lost track. Eventually, police were able to recover the SUVs and return them to their rightful owners.
Inside there's candy and snacks all thrown all over my car. Well, both cars actually. They had done a lot of drugs in the vehicles.
Law enforcement says in every case, the car doors were unlocked and are reminding families these are a crime of opportunity. A lesson Corinne is taking to heart.
And we're going to get some cameras and make sure that our alarm's working.
And the sheriff's office says that those other stolen items, they are still missing at this time. I want to give you another look at the suspects here. There are 2 men and 2 women in the pictures you see right there on your screen. Take a really good look at those. And if you have any information on those individuals' identities, please call the Clermont County Sheriff's Office.
Delta variant to mask mandates are some extra anxiety for many kids heading back to school.
Medical reporter Liz Bonus shares what counselors say can help students who might be worried.
Hey there, everybody. Hello to you. You know, it used to be that we were worried about getting up too early or too much homework. Now counselors say kids heading back to school in this pandemic have a whole lot more on their minds. Long before kids get to school, counselors say the first way to whittle down worry is to lower their expectations.
It's a matter of just being adaptable and to not have a full expectation and having rigidity as to how this is going to be.
Dr. Jennifer Farley says when it comes to in-person learning, it's suggested before kids even show up to class, tell them flexibility this year is the key to survival.
We're going to plan for this, but if this happens, it's going to be completely okay.
And never, according to recent CDC data, do we need to let kids know it's going to be okay more than now. Emergency department visits for suspected suicide attempts earlier this year were more than 50% higher in teen girls compared to 2019. It was up 4% in boys. Late last year, hospitals across the country saw a 31% increase in 12 to 17-year-olds seeking help for mental health. There was a 24% increase in kids ages 5 to 11. The best way to avoid this crisis? Identify physiological changes.
Poor sleep. If kids are really struggling with falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up really early in the morning, we know that that's one biological sign of stress or even depression. If their appetite is down, so that can create a lot of, again, problems. We need everybody to be energized and everything else for school. The next thing would be looking at just what they share. What they're telling you and what they're also not telling you.
So to summarize, she says any lingering change always important to address. It can reduce the odds of something becoming a more serious concern. I'm medical reporter Liz Bonus. Now back to you.